yo.
What up? What up?
All right.
That's a good intro.
Let's go.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Carbon Equipment Podcast. He is Juan and I'm Sean, and every week we get together, have a few drinks, talk about things going on in the world, try to focus on things making an impact, whether they be good, bad, or otherwise. Hit them with a drink of the day.
Yeah, and if y'all didn't catch on, the all right is inspiration or inspired by Matthew McConaughey. We use his tequila in our drink today, but this one's blue jeans, and we have to give credit to Bonefish.
Bonefish.
So it's a recipe we stole from Bonefish.
Yeah.
And it is so good. I don't know. It feels like it's something we should have had before, just because a lot of stuff in this.
Yeah, we've done all like the smashes and all of that stuff. Like, yeah,
but it's
we
crazy.
haven't.
But in a mixing glass, we did a handful of blueberries, about 4 or 5 mint leaves, half an ounce of lime juice.
Yep.
Muddle that, throw in some ice, throw in 2 ounces of tequila. We did the Pantalones Reposado, which Pantalones is a brand by Camila and Matthew McConaughey. Obviously, you guys know who Matthew McConaughey is probably, but really good.
It was good.
It's actually really good. So shout out Matthew McConaughey, man, making tequila. Guy's fucking good at everything. And then
Fuck you, Matthew.
Fuck you, Matthew. But
how you good looking, charismatic, famous
good writer,
actor, rich,
writer. Like, come on, man.
And now you make a good tequila, man. Nah, man, fuck you.
And I'm actually, and I want to get into something about Matthew real quick. So the 2 ounces of that, pour it in a rocks glass, and then you top it off with ginger beer. Stir that up. Make sure you mix it in, and then you garnish with a cracked mint leaf. So one more time, the handful of blueberries, 4 or 5 mint leaves, half ounce of lime juice. Muddle that. Throw in the ice. 2 ounces of Pantalones. Shake that up real nice. Pour it in a rocks glass filled with ice. Top off with ginger beer. Stir that cracked mint leaf, man, and that's it. But fucking Matthew McConaughey, I read his book. I've never wanted to sit down and have a steak and a glass of wine more with someone in my life and just talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's so entertaining.
He seems
he tells
like
stories.
And he seems like a dude that you would want to hang with.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he does. He looks like a good hang. Yeah.
I say fuck you with a lot of reverence.
Same.
And I'm sure he's looking back at this, not watching, but if he was, he'd be going, that's okay, keep buying that tequila.
Yeah, keep buying the tequila. But, hey, man, you did the tequila well. Oh, he does. I remember reading his book being like, I want to hang with this guy.
Oh, yeah.
He sounds like somebody you want to hang with, man. So shout out to McConaughey. And then, the tequila's great. It's organic. So I think you don't have a lot of some of the additives in there that you get. We've been on this kick lately, man. We've done some good tequilas lately. And, we've found some, like, gems. And the price points are great. Because this is the Reposado. And you said mid-40s?
Yeah, mid-40s.
Mid-40s. That feel like everything now that's, like... It used to be like the bottles that we had all the time for like the mix-in we bring for the parties like $20 to $30, and I feel like now the $30 to $40 range is like a little more normal. Yeah. It used to be like if you were spending $40 on a bottle, it was like, you bought the good shit.
Yeah. You bought that Henny.
You bought.
Although Henny, I don't know. For me, man, like I don't think that Henny's worth what they charge for it.
There's not in the regular Henny. Like,
I'm talking about the regular
right,
joint.
Not in the regular Henny. Yeah. You gotta graduate up in the Henny.
And you know, I live in a neighborhood where they keep Henny behind the counter.
See, man, we can't have nice things, man. We can't have nice things. But shout out Matthew McConaughey, Blue Jeans. Shout out Bonefish. Great recipe. This shit is delicious. I'm gonna have to add this to the rotation, like the normal like drink. Wine.
Yeah, absolutely. Man.
Yeah, it's so good.
And I love the fact that because the recipe actually called for blueberry puree, which you can buy in the store. I went and they didn't have it, but they had the fresh blueberries, and I was just kind of hoping that I didn't have to add like simple syrup.
Yeah,
we had it on tap, but we didn't add it. Straight up the blueberry.
Yeah, I guess if you wanted sweeter, you could do that, but like
it didn't need it.
It didn't need it. I didn't think it needed it. I think the blueberry. I think if anything, add more fruit, muddle more fruit. Get the antioxidants in there, man. Make it healthy.
That's right.
Ish.
But yeah, it was my boys. My twins turned 19, and they wanted to go out to dinner. We went out to Bonefish, and I tried to I looked at the menu and I'm just like, oh, this one looks good. I didn't realize that the tequila was the one from Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
I just know.
Was it what they use?
That's what they use.
Oh, they also use that.
Yeah,
okay,
they're using this.
I wasn't sure if they just picked a tequila.
Yeah, I don't know if they used the Reposado or the silver. But I just went with this because this one usually just has more flavor.
Yeah. Right. Like I guess if you're If you don't want it to be as like bold, you probably go with a silver. But usually the reposado, like you said, it's more flavorful. You get the barrel like flavors in there and stuff.
But yeah, man,
better.
Had a good meal and a good drink. And
I,
it's funny, man. So as I'm drinking it, and we've been doing this now for what, almost 5 years.
Yeah.
Right, we're coming up on our 5-year anniversary. So
we coming up on 6.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're over 5.
It was
2020, 6, bro. How could you forget?
Sorry.
How could you forget? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm making it up to you.
Our friendship is on the fringes here, bro.
Look, man, we got matching shirts and shit. We got a uniform.
We got the official uniform.
We got a uniform. What's up? I'm trying to make it up. But where was I going with that? So we're there, like I said, and I wanted to try something different, and I saw this tequila drink. But anyway, so while I'm drinking it, because we've been doing this for a while, as I'm tasting it, I'm going, oh man, okay. So obviously it has blueberries, but I go like, I taste mint. There's probably some lime juice in there, and I knew the thing said it said Fever Tree ginger beer, which Fever Tree has been our brand, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going,
Fever Tree, hit us up, bro.
Chewed up. And so as I'm sipping it, I'm going like, oh yeah, I can make this. Like I didn't need a recipe. And I looked it up, and I think I was missing like one thing, which was the blueberry puree. Because I was thinking like, oh, which
muddle
the blueberries.
Yeah.
But they use the blueberry puree in their drink, so it's probably a little bit sweeter. Mm-hmm. But man, this one,
that's awesome.
It hit, bro.
That's always the best, man. When you go out and you're like I find myself taking pictures of menus all the time of the drinks, as for ideas and stuff. Yeah. Because sometimes I'm like, I'll order something and I like it, but there'll be like 2 or 3 other things that I didn't get to try, but I'm like, I want to. And like you said, we've been doing this long enough that I go, if it just tells me what's in it, I got it. You know what I mean? Like I'll get close enough to be able to go, oh, less of this, more of this. Like I get close enough. I feel like we've been doing this for so long that we've almost like we understand the science behind which the quantity behind each type of like liquid that's in it. Whether if it's something citrusy versus something like soda versus something like It's funny, you do it for long enough. Some people call that alcoholism. I don't like to be negative.
I don't like to. No. It has a negative connotation.
It has a negative connotation. I like to call it attention to detail. It's like we've become connoisseurs of alcohol, if you will.
That's right.
Soberphobics. Like yeah.
All right, man. Carbon footprint of the week is going out to. I don't know, man. The Artemis II mission, I guess.
Over us right now as we speak. Launched from about 50 miles from here today,
and so today is April. We're recording this on April 1st. So today at right around 6:30-ish, I think it was like 6:25, something like that, the Artemis II mission carrying 4 astronauts literally flying and slingshotting around the moon.
And then back.
And coming back. Like
you know what I love about this so much, bro? What's that? One of my fucking least favorite sayings is like when people, or like the quotes on things that'll say, I love you to the moon and back.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I want you
to only know it for 10 days?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad I was like, how long is it going to take them to get back, Sean? Somebody ever tells you they love you to the moon and back, you'd be like, that's a week and a half at best. Feels more like a summer fling, but all right.
So no, man, shout out to, like I said, to NASA, and I think that they did partnerships with like
so
Boeing
many companies,
and Northrop Grumman, and we're probably missing somebody else in there.
Airbus.
Airbus, that was the other one.
Well, Lockheed Martin. I mean, it feels like everybody who's based in Orlando, basically.
Yeah.
Every defense and aerospace company that's based in Orlando, essentially.
Yeah, right. Except for SpaceX, right?
Yeah,
SpaceX.
But no, SpaceX has a Cape Canaveral, right? Like
they have something over there.
They have to, or Melbourne. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Blue Origin, which they weren't part of this. But dude, I kept waiting for it to be like a April Fool's joke from like somebody, and then like some shit would explode and
that would be fucked up.
But yeah, like we got y'all. But man.
It'd be like the 30th anniversary. Isn't it like right? Wasn't it 86?
40. So 40th anniversary.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
my fuzzy math is fucked up.
It just doesn't feel like it should be that long.
No,
that's the problem, man.
Yeah.
I only know because I was born in '86. I would be 40 this year.
No, sure. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. But man, the significance of going back to the moon, because it's been the last time we did it was the '60s.
Yeah, because it's been over 50 years. I'm 51, so it has to be maybe early 70s.
Okay, yeah. Since we did
Since
anything,
we've
since we
gone
did
anything to
anything
the moon.
above lower Earth orbit,
Yes.
right? Like we haven't done anything above lower Earth, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this will be, yeah, the moon back, and I think there's been a lot of questions about, like, obviously all the conspiracies behind,
Oh
like,
yeah, of
did we
course.
ever actually go to the moon
Right,
and blah blah
right, right.
blah and all this stuff, and why haven't we done it before? And I Neil deGrasse Tyson, man, I know we mentioned him a lot on this show. Had one of the best arguments for like why this hasn't happened yet, and and I think we talked about that on here because it was basically like because we don't need
We
to.
don't have to.
We don't have to. We're not in the thing, and so I wasn't a conspiracy theorist in my younger years. I have become more of a like, goddamn, like the more shit.
Did that really happen? Right.
Maybe the naivety leads me to think that things aren't as fucked up as like like people make them out to seem. But no, things really are as fucked up. But anyway, I said that to say like it's cool that maybe this puts to rest like, hey, look, it's possible. Like we're doing this slingshot around within 2 years. The next Artemis mission is to land on there. I think is by 2028, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So,
and then essentially to continuously like build some sort of base
right
on the
on
moon, right?
But where
With
that could lead
hopes
to the launch pad to the other places. Yeah, and then I think we were looking at something that said Blue Origin and SpaceX are also contracted to land on the moon sometime in the next 3 to 4 years. I think. So they'll do this as well. And fucking Elon's will be like, it'll land, it'll set up a base on its own, the thing will fucking drive itself back here, it'll pick up food, that shit will have an In-N-Out burger halfway between here and the moon in no time. It'll turn one of the space stations into a Texaco. Or not, actually Elon doesn't believe in gas, so it'll be like some kind of
charging station.
Yeah.
But no, man. So shout out to Nat. So the astronaut, the crew that's going up there is Reed Weissman. He's the commander. Victor Glover is the pilot. Christina Hammock Koch is a mission specialist. And then they even got a Canadian on there, man. Canadian Space Agency's Jeremy Hansen.
Dude, shout out to them. I think they are. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're getting the first woman and the first black person on like in the outer Earth orbit, and obviously on a mission like near around the moon or whatever.
Well, they were saying that maybe near around the moon probably is true, but like I know these like all of these guys and women have multiple days, weeks, months, like
in space.
In space.
Yeah. But I think this is never out above the Earth's lower orbit because we haven't been past that essentially, which is like where the space, right? Which is where the space stations and all that's kind of floating around.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is the first time many of them would be past that. So I think they're the first, like woman and black person to do that. I think I'm almost positive.
No, that sounds right, bro.
Which it makes sense. Like you say, we haven't done it over 50 years. There's only so many people that have done it. So it almost seems, the history books will show that, right? Like first woman, first this and that. But it almost feels. It's been done so few times, right? That it's like we're in this era where like the first 20 of these missions are all going to be historic, right? Because there's going to be a first of something in every single one of them,
And if you watch the movie, you just said like the first woman, first black person, right? If you watch the movie Hidden Figures, the last time period that we were flying this far out, there was still separation of bathrooms and water fountains.
Dude, what a phenomenal movie too, man.
Oh, I love that.
And a story that gets lost, like not a story that you learn in school. And I don't think there's an agenda behind not teaching that story in schools. I think it's just, school tends to give you kind of like the I don't know, the 50,000 foot level of stuff. It's like, and this year we went to the moon. And it doesn't really give you a whole lot behind that. But man, not hearing the history about the people who took part in that, and to your point, like to do it in a room of scientists and rocket scientists, literally, who were segregated, to work on this mission to pull that off I can't even imagine what it was like to be in that room. And it was cool the way, Kevin Costner, I think, plays the character of the guy who's like tearing down signs of people who are trying to ruin stuff. But like, such a phenomenal movie based on a true story.
If you've not seen
if you
that,
guys have not seen that,
Hidden Figures,
so
phenomenal.
good. I mean, the historical component of it, but just that movie's so good. And to your point, it just gives us a glimpse into I mean, maybe people who don't necessarily get credit for us because, man. These astronauts put their lives on the line to do these missions, and they're putting their lives on the line based on data and calculations and information that they're getting from scientists and from people
who are not going.
Right. Easy for me to say, nah, you got this. I could have told y'all. I'd have been like, yo, so he got to build a rocket that won't blow up, and then he got to build a suit that won't bust and you won't suffocate to death or get crushed by the atmosphere. But other than that, I think you guys are fine.
So what's funny about this, man, is like, we talked about, the ultimate goal, at least for now, is like put some sort of base on Mars so that, because in order to get to, put some sort of base on the moon, because in order to get to Mars, you need to kind of stop at the moon, maybe refuel, and then kind of go from there, right?
Gotcha.
So my mom calls me today. And it's about, I don't know, it's maybe like about an hour before launch.
Okay.
And love my mom to death, man. And she don't listen to us, so I can talk shit about it. So
I can't say the same. My mom listens to us. I gotta be careful.
So my mom she calls me up and she's like, hey, the launch is today. And then I'm working at the time, right? And I was like, oh, thank you. I remembered about it, but I already forgot about it, right? Like, thanks for the reminder. And so we're talking just for a few minutes, and she goes, yeah, they're going to the moon, and then they're going to just go to Mars from there. And I was like, no, Mom, they're just turning around. Like, they're just slingshotting around the moon and coming back. They're going to be back in like 10 days or whatever. And she goes, no. And then, okay, I got to take a step back. So growing up, like, my mom was, like, her personality she's a very strong personality. When she talks about something, she typically knows what she's talking about. Mm-hmm. Talks about things with conviction.
Okay.
And so...
And so confident and probably used to be, smart. Yes. And so used to, like, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So that person is not dead, right? But she'll hear something, and then she'll just take it, and like, now that's fact.
And it'll be like, they're saying, hey, this is then maybe the pathway to the way she interpreted it.
The way she interpreted was this. So now, it's
like, no, I heard that, and you can't tell her she's wrong.
Bro, the tone on the phone is like, when I go, no, Mom, like, they're just slingshotting around the moon, and then her tone immediately changes, almost going like, no, stupid. The guy on TV just said they're going to Mars. Now, without calling me stupid, right? But I hear the tone.
But you can hear the tone. Yeah,
I hear the tone
I know
change.
what you mean. And April Fool's too. Maybe she had the wrong channel on. Somebody really did say, like, yo, we're fueling up.
So I'm like, Mom, it would take months to get to Mars. I go, they're not going to Mars.
Yeah, it's like 9 months or something crazy.
Yeah. And I'm like, they're not going to Mars. I go, I promise you, they're not going to Mars. I promise you. I go, I understand. I go, maybe you heard the word Mars. They're not going there today. Or in the next 2 weeks.
They're not going there today.
They're not on the
We got Mars at home.
And then you know what she told me? She goes, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So then, which my reply was, thanks for calling, Mom. I'll be sure to go outside and watch the launch.
Yeah, okay. You don't know shit.
Oh, man, bro.
Oh, my God, yo. Yeah, okay. You don't know. You know what you're talking about.
I love you. I love you, Mom.
She's like, you do a drunk podcast with your friend on weeknights.
Go talk to your stupid friend.
Go talk to your stupid friend. Oh my God.
It's so funny, man, because and I can see her face.
Good,
There's times, bro, when I'm over there and I'm over there with my family, and then she'll say something, and I'll go, "No, Mom, that's not true." And then she just looks at my son, and she goes, she just shakes her head like, "This motherfucker doesn't know shit."
I'm never gonna be finished raising this guy. Yo, it's crazy when they're that convicted.
Yo, my God.
Because you're like, you're also going, how bad do I want to win this argument? Because I could. Because like petty me be like,
it's never that bad, bro. Nope. The only time is when I think that her facts are detrimental to her. Then I'll go, no, you're wrong. Here, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
But in shit like this, I let it go.
You let it go?
Because the comedic factor is way better.
Nah, you're right. Good call. It's so good. Yeah, okay. That's crazy.
That's the name of the pod.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking of, yeah, okay. Bro, and you know right now she's talking to somebody after she talked to you, and she's like, I was talking to Sean. Poor thing didn't even know we were going to Mars. Yeah.
And it was probably my aunt that she be giving me the same look.
Oh, bro, that's so good. Everybody in the mall gonna be looking at you like, oh, bendito. You didn't even know we were going. They're like, Sean went to college.
Sean went to college. He used to work for NASA. Nigga don't know shit.
That poor boy. Yeah. See, you better than me, bro. I'd be like, what's the biggest TV in your house? And I'd have found something, and I'd have shared it in 4K on the biggest screen I could possibly find to show what the purpose of the Artemis mission was. And I'm so petty that just getting that, yeah, okay, I'd have been like, God damn it, we not leaving.
I think if I was in her house, I probably would have done something like that. But the fact that I was working and it was just a short conversation.
Okay.
I just let it go.
I know I ain't shit because I'd have been sending links all night.
Look at this.
Every link I can find, every link. And you know what's funny about when someone is that convicted though, and they think that there's nothing you could send that prove them wrong, right? Like she'd have been like, "That's fake, not the same one.
That's fake news.
It's fake news. You don't watch the news. People just be making shit up. It's AI." She'd be like, "Primer impacto," said. Homeboy from Sábado Gigante said we going to Mars. So we going to Mars.
Oh,
that's
man.
amazing. I'm so glad you didn't tell me that all.
My stomach hurts.
Oh, fuck. Bro. Yeah, okay. The look is great.
Yo.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's switch gears, man.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of old people, you seen the fucking MLB umpires?
Yo, you know what's crazy with this podcast, bro? We went like the first 5 years of this pod never mentioning baseball at all. In fact, bashing it at every chance we could get. I don't think we've ever talked about baseball more in this pod than we have over the last month, man. Shout out to baseball.
Baseball's back.
They turned around their entire image and the entire thing. Like, it's back. And I know exactly where you're going with this shit.
And because they're bashing old people.
Yeah, they are.
Great.
I like it. Yeah. You know who probably thinks we're going to Mars? Fucking MLB umpires.
Specifically, CB Buckner.
Yo, I don't know. We allowed to talk shit.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
He had a rough day
That
today.
motherfucker had a rough week.
Did you see what happened to him today? He got hit in the head.
No.
You didn't see it?
No,
All right,
no,
go. Tell your story. Then I'll
well, fuck.
Did a
I
matinee
don't want. So, like, all right. So, for those of you who have not seen, and those of you who don't give a fuck about baseball, you might want to just, I don't know, turn us off.
Nah, leave it on. It'll be funny.
But it's funny. So the Major League Baseball has implemented this basically like a challenge rule where the batters themselves can challenge strike calls. And so this guy, CB Buckner, has been getting his shit challenged and losing the vast majority.
Do you have the number?
No.
He's 0 for 78.
No, I thought he won. I thought a couple of days ago they challenged like 8 of his calls and 6 of them got overturned.
Oh, did that? I thought so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's 0 for 78. He's been beat 70. Oh, I thought he was beat 78 times.
No, I think there was at least 2 of them in the last couple of days that he actually won. But
his
like,
ass kicked,
but
bro.
again, like the vast majority of them have been, and this is so him. If you could picture this, baseball, like he in a lot of these in the calls that I'm referring to, he was behind home plate and he's calling strikes and balls.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward, like the next series that he's an umpire in, he's on the first base.
Yeah.
The guy hits a ball. The ball is like an error. They throw it to first base, but it gets overthrown. Anyway, he's not even looking at the guy, and he says he doesn't touch first base. So the guy gets tagged by the first baseman just like on a whim, right? Because he just goes like, just in case. They touch him, they call him out. They challenge it. And like both, what I found funny was like the dude that's on first base is laughing. The coach for that team is laughing. And the coach from the other team is laughing.
Like they couldn't even be mad because they're like, this is so good.
They're all fucking laughing. And then when they show the replay, when the guy touches the bag with his foot, the umpire that calls him that he didn't touch the bag, he's looking somewhere else.
Down the field, yeah. And I think the crazy part about this is like it's not one of those plays where it's like a close play and the foot barely touches the bag or whatever.
No, he's on top
the base.
of the bag.
Like that's what makes the play insane is that he is on the bag. You couldn't get any more on the bag than this guy was. Like center of the bag, whole foot, like literally his entire shoe is on the bag as he runs over it. And this guy goes, he didn't touch it. And then on the replay, it shows he's not even looking down at the bag. He's looking up at like second base or some shit. It's so good, bro. I've enjoyed this. So I do feel bad for the cases where, dude, some of these balls and strike calls are coming down to the millimeters.
Yes.
And
you can't help those.
No, right. Yeah. And I go, that doesn't mean you're a bad ump.
No,
like,
absolutely not.
Those are the ones where I'm like, man, that I feel like there should be, I don't know how they're being graded on this, but I also think I feel like they should catch the measurements on the misses. Like because to me, some of those where if it's touching the corner, like that feels like to me like it could go either way, and it's like one of those bang bang.
No, of course.
Live plays. Yeah. But because I think my worry would be you're gonna start getting people who don't want to do this job. Because 2 times I saw Homeboy do his whole like theatrical punch out, and the guy's like, nah, and they do the head tap thing because that's how you challenge it, and then another pitch, and then he wins the challenge, and then another pitch happens. The fucking ump calls him out again, and umps on strike 3. It's part of the. It's kind of part deal, of is having a very entertaining, I would say, or theatrical kind of punch out call.
Yes.
It's kind of like in the NBA. There's guys who call fouls, and they have a very like a signature way that they move their hands and stuff. And in baseball, it's that. It's how you do the punch out. And these guys
and the camera is on.
Yes.
Right? It's focused.
And so you doing that, you look mad stupid when you sitting there doing kung fu for strike 3, and then somebody challenges it and you lose it twice in a row. I'm like, I just wasted my whole move. Like, what?
But you know what I love about it, man? It to me, man, it has added this almost like this separate like theatrical moment where like the challenges it. And it's like he's at home, the batter's at home, he challenges the play. They put the fucking thing on the big screen.
Yeah, and so the entire
the crowd
oh my God.
erupts.
It's so genius. Yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up. It's so genius. It's not like in the NFL, the referee is looking at a little screen, and then you have to wait for the announcement. If you're at home watching it, you obviously know what he's looking at. But if you're in the crowd, you don't know. Baseball is like, we're putting it up on the Jumbotron,
so everybody
and we're
sees.
all finding out at the same time. It's so fucking good, man. I was like, I kind of want to go to a game just to be there for that. To be like, oh, like, it's so good, man. Like, dude, I know we talked about this in the last few weeks for sure. The commissioner of baseball, the Manfred. Like,
Manfred, yeah.
Good.
I love that guy, bro.
Goddamn, dude, you have taken a sport that was on life support, I feel like, in terms of like popularity, in terms of like, I even feel like kids didn't want to play it anymore, and it's just like been so entertaining. It's been must-watch TV. You've condensed it into a product that's like digestible. Because at the end of the day, like I don't have 3.5 hours. I don't think we have 3.5, 4, or 5 hours to watch a game. And you've made it so to where like I can sit down and watch a baseball game, and it's 2.5 hours, and I'm actually entertained the entire time. It's what a great product. And this thing has been, it's been one of those obvious things where you go, man, tennis has been using this line thing for a long time. Yep. Soccer has been using this thing for a long time. The NFL finally started using it for first downs now with the ball and the first down markers and stuff. And then it's like the technology's been there. Like baseball is always so slow to adopt technology. Yeah. And so shout out to him for doing this. And like you said, not only doing it, but doing it and making it like a separate game. Yes. Within the game.
With game within the game, bro.
Dude, I also like, because I looked this up last night because I was watching the game. I was watching the Yankees Mariners, and I didn't realize, so you get 2 challenges, but you don't lose. But if you win, you keep them. So you can keep challenging forever if you don't lose one.
But is it per team or is it per batter?
Per team. You get 2.
So you only get 2.
You only get 2. However, if you win the challenge, you don't lose.
You don't lose it.
So you only lose the losses. So if you lose 2, you're fucked.
So it's the same battles up there. He challenges twice. He loses. No one
else can challenge. So now you have to be strategic because I go, what would keep you from just challenging everything, right?
Right.
But now as a batter and a catcher and a pitcher, you got to realize my whole team is in on this. I got to be fucking sure.
Right.
Because if I lose it. So I go, not only you do
pressure.
That. Yes, man. I was like, you're creating this thing where like even on a close call, somebody's going to be like, Nah, man, like I don't want to. You don't want to waste it on it, right? Like even strategically, you have to go. It's the 3rd inning. Do I want to waste the challenge now?
Right.
We're in a 0-0 game or whatever. Like or I'm up 5-0. Like, am I wasting that challenge right now? Like no. Like it's almost created strategy behind even how you challenged it. Like I just every way that they executed this feels so smart. I think if you're not an ump, you gotta agree, right? Like anybody but an ump.
Right. I'm sure they're hating it.
Oh my god! But to your point, dude, they're all old as fuck. I think this will attract younger people to this profession because there's got to be a shortage of umps or a shortage, I should say, of quality umps because I think this is really making it stand out of how garbage some of these umpires are.
Well, the funny thing you say that, man. So they went back like 5 years on C.B. Buckner, and if you rank the number of times that he screwed up a call. He's literally, in the last 5 years, he is the worst ump, statistically. He's also in his 60s.
Yeah.
Right? And so...
But how much of that, man, is like lots of, like...
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. Yeah. Dude, and on the flip side, because I don't want to shit on umps entirely, some of these calls, would the umps get right? I'm like, you got to give them credit, man. These things are like borderline pitches that they call, and they're like... Great. There was one the other day.
They're right most of the time.
Yes, they are. Right. Like in the grand scheme of things, these guys are looking at 200 pitches a night. Yeah. And it's like, if they're getting 5 of those wrong, it's like 2%. You know what I mean? 2.5% of these calls are wrong. It's like, that's pretty fucking good. There's not many things in life that perform at a 97 to 98% accuracy rate. And that's pretty goddamn good. Like,
but I love the fact that when it's going to be, when there's big games going on, and even the smaller ones. But when the playoffs start and the World Series start, like there's gonna be more accuracy.
Yeah, I'm sure, man. I think where I'm the only part of this I'm apprehensive in is that like the way the WBC ended on a pitch that is probably going to be low on this ABS thing by a little bit.
It will be, yeah.
But in real time, on a bang bang play. On a breaking ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say when the ball we're looking at it from one angle,
right?
And you go, okay, it's not in the box, but it's like, when did that break?
Exactly. Right, like the catcher may catch it and it's beneath the box, and you go, but
what
matters is where was it when it crossed the plate?
Crossed the plate.
And these pitchers are so good, and they have such it's called it's tunneling. So. The best pitchers get their pitch to the mound is 60 feet away, right? Yeah. The best pitchers for more than half of that 60 feet, no matter what pitch they throw, it looks the same. It stays in the same area, and then within the great ones, within the last 15 feet, it probably starts to break, right? For most people, it's probably halfway. But the great ones, the last 10 to 15 feet is where the ball moves. The problem is, as a batter, that is not a good time to make a decision, right? You have to make a decision when he lets it go, basically. But the good pitchers, when they let it go, every pitch looks exactly the same. And so you like even as an ump, if you're looking at this ball and it's coming and it's like it probably crossed. And so my point we're going with that is that it, depending on how late it breaks, it was a strike at some point in time, right? And then maybe and it's borderline. I think those pitches are going to be the ones where you're like I hate for a replay to give me a millimeter off and turn a call on an emotional last pitch, thing. I think that's where it's going to be frustrating because you're going to go, man, like, I think, I don't like bailing out batters first off, on a pitch that close, you shouldn't be staring at it. Like, it's like one of those things where I go, I want to see you live and die swinging that bat.
Yeah.
Right? And so I don't want to see you not swinging on something that's borderline. And then I think, to me, in a situation like the WBC, if that gets reversed and the ball was like barely touching the box because it's lower, I go, the other part of me is going to go, well, what a pussy. You didn't swing at a pitch on a 3-2 full count with the WBC on the line and you decided to take a walk. That comes off real bitch to me on a ball that's that close to the strike zone. Now, if it's way up here, I get it, right? Or way in the dirt, I get it. But I think what I don't want it to do is like almost like give a bailout to batters that we expect you to perform, especially at the highest level when you're a player that is our expectation of you is that you're going to deliver in these high stakes moments. That's the only part where I'm kind of like, oh man, is this going to be like, is this going to take the drama away from a potentially like a season or season ending play or whatever, where you're going to go a millimeter decided that, and maybe that's exciting. I don't know. Maybe it has to
I don't think it will, man. But just because they're limited. I think if they had unlimited challenges, I believe yes.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's limited, are those challenges going to be available at the end?
Yeah.
And most likely not.
Yeah, no, and you're probably right. Like it probably will be a long time before that even happens because the odds are really low, right? But I think to the world, the WBC this year, because it was so controversial, and I go, okay, had that game decided, had that pitch been like, oh, that was ball 4, it's a walk now. And you're just like, well, okay, so now the next guy comes up, and then like you bailed out this guy for not swinging at something that you should swing at, probably as a major leaguer. Well, yes, it's a breaking ball, but it's pretty much down the middle, and yeah, I don't know. It's like, to me, it's like now it kind of like takes away the excitement.
You go into the old dudes, man.
No, because I like the replay system for sure. I think to your point, I like that it's limited. I like that there's a strategy behind, like, you have to conserve these two and you better make sure you're fucking right. I think where I go, I like this right now, but in this situation, I'm probably not going to love it so much. Like, a prime example, dude, we all watch like NBA basketball. Yeah. And, we talk about the refs swallowing the whistle. Like, hey, last 30 seconds, fucking put the whistle in your pocket. Don't blow. I want to see these guys live and die on their thing. That's what I'm talking about. I feel like it's going to be like one of those where you're going, I know these refs say they call the game the whole way, the whole time. There's no fucking way that you call the game the whole time. I think we're all humans. Human emotions take over. I think in the last 30 seconds, LeBron James is driving to the hole and Kevin Durant is guarding him. And it's in a playoff game. And there's a little bit of contact there on both sides. I think as a ref, it is really fucking hard to blow that whistle. That something that you would have called in the first quarter versus something. Yeah. Because I go, as a ref, I think you do not want to dictate the outcome of a game. Like some of these guys are like, they want to do calls and things. But I think in that moment, I think the least thing for most officials is I want to let these guys win or lose on their own merits. Yeah. And I'm stepping the fuck out unless it's something egregious, right? Like,
makes sense.
So I think that's what I mean. Like by this, it's like, man, I feel like it's going to take away that like swallow the whistle aspect of like the end of the game. Let's get the best pitcher versus the best hitter. Yeah. Let's fucking rock. You know what I mean?
And
like,
none's going to be perfect.
And right. And maybe it won't. Like, I don't know. I'm going to be one of those guys.
But this, for now, in the regular season, I love it, bro. I love it.
Like I said, it's a game within the game, and it's strategic, and it's made baseball just, again, baseball was already, I felt like, trending in the right direction, and this has just made it so good. And if anything else, the social media content.
Oh, it's good.
Phenomenal behind it, man. Like, shout out to them, man. They figured it out, man.
Yeah, man.
Good for them, dude.
Did you see the NFL referees? So
I didn't see. I heard that there's the potential strike looming.
Yeah, well, they're already looking for replacement refs, right? Because their contracts are coming up, their collective bargaining agreement.
It's gonna be some Major League Baseball guys, right? With some job over there.
What I found, man, when I saw that, I was just like, oh shit, man, because I don't know, right? I'm just like, I wonder what they get paid. And so I went looking, and I was like, NFL referees earn an average of approximately $205 to $250
For a part-time job.
per year,
It's good for them.
plus benefits and bonuses for playoffs and Super Bowl. And I was like, man, that's a pretty good living, considering you're only and they go like they're not treated. They're sort of paid like full time,
Yeah.
right? You're not working the full year. Do you have to travel? Yeah, but you travel from
17 weeks plus playoff.
Yeah, I mean like, and not everybody does the playoffs.
Nope.
Right, but if you got 17 weeks of travel for a game that you probably yourself love.
Yeah, you get
And
to
you
watch.
get to watch that and be involved and listen. And you know, on one respect, man, I go, the NFL makes a lot of money,
Yeah.
right? And so you can't just keep making a shit ton of money and then like the billionaires just get to keep it, right? Like
Yeah, for sure.
You want like if the referees are an important part of the game, then they should also be paid.
But also,
But I don't-
Let's be real. The if you're looking at it on a per game basis, right, and you're looking at an officiating crew, right? If there's 17 games and these guys, so let's I don't know, let's round up and say these guys are making $17K a game, right? And you have now, I don't even know if there's that math right. No, it's way less than that. It's probably 15K or whatever it is. I don't know. Anyway,
That's not way less.
but anyway, but let's just talk about like every game. That means you count how many officials are out there. It's over 100, maybe 200K in officials per game. And again, the NFL can afford it, but it's not necessarily a cheap expenditure. So I get them wanting more money in terms of like, hey, if you guys get richer, we want to get richer. Like I understand that aspect of it.
Right.
And to your point, like, yeah, hey, like we're part of this. We contributed to the building of this product, and we want to be compensated fairly. And maybe in relation to the revenue or whatever it was in the past, they want to. But to your point, man, it is difficult to watch some of these guys sometimes where you go, dude, you work a part-time job. It hasn't gotten any harder that I'm aware of to be an official. Now, I will say being a sports official at that level in general is difficult, and I wouldn't want that responsibility. Or not that I wouldn't want it. I would say that's got to suck because no matter where you, like, dude, how often, if you're an NFL referee and you go
Everyone
on
hates
call,
the refs, bro.
Everyone hates the ref, right? Like you can't go out in public probably a whole lot in a city. You have to live in a city with no NFL team, right? Like you
Good
have
point.
to be right. Like you got to be, or people who don't care about sports,
Right.
Like you got to
Like
live in
Orlando.
Alabama and not do college. football.
Orlando.
Or Orlando. And you're so right. And I think a lot of them do live in Florida.
Yeah.
Because we're shitty about professional sports. We don't give a fuck.
We don't
right?
care, bro.
I think professional
There's way more-
officials
there's
live,
way more things to do.
Yeah, I do think that's the case. I think a lot of NBA guys and MLB guys do Florida because, I mean, obviously for tax reasons and all that stuff and the travel and yada yada, but like, you know, it may have a lot to do with like you can hide out. Like it's hard to be. Imagine being an official and you live in New York City, or being an official and you live in Chicago or Boston. I mean,
Officiating those games.
right? Like and I'm sure there's rules behind them letting them officiate, you know, for teams that they're fans of or whatever, or it's documented that they're fans of. But I don't know, man.
I would even think officiating for games, for it within a city that you live in.
Right? Yeah, I would think that's
Like,
a no-no.
you wouldn't want
I don't know what the rule is about it, but I would think it's a no-no. Yeah, and it's funny. It's difficult for me because I'm pro-capitalism at every corner. So like, part of me goes, hey man, fuck it. They're making more money. You should make more money. Like I get it. Like, you know, and then there's a part of me that goes like, man, you're doing the same work. You're doing all this stuff. Like, yeah, our cost of living is higher and all that. So maybe it's like the same that it is for all of us. It's like, no matter how much money you make, you kind of always feel like you deserve more. So I get it. These guys,
every year we want raises.
These
no matter
guys
what.
are all like other professions on the side. This is a part-time job. Most of NFL officials are like
Is that
lawyers.
right? They do other shit?
They're like judges, lawyers, and so
Oh,
what
wow.
I've seen a lot. They actually have
I would think at
daytime
that
jobs.
I
bro.
would think at a $200,000 salary, like you don't necessarily need to do.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to say his name,
Something
but I
else.
think I've told you this story off air. I spent time with an NFL official in Arizona once.
Okay.
At it was like a wine bar, turned speakeasy kind of thing that just happened to be with the owner at the wine bar, and he was like, I'm opening up a speakeasy downstairs. He's like, you want to go look at it? I'm like, cool. went down. There was a couple that was there that I was talking to. So and the couple knew the owner. We're talking, and then he's like, "Oh, I invited my friend over, whatever." And so he's like, "My friend's gonna come." And so now it's like me, this couple, the owner of this bar that's showing us a speakeasy that isn't open yet downstairs, but he's got the bar stock, and I'm just having drinks with these guys.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, my friend's coming over, yada yada." His friend walks in, and I immediately recognize this friend. It's an NFL official. If I haven't told you the story, I'll tell you.
No. I feel like I've heard the story. I don't remember the ref's name though. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there like, your friend's, like, what the fuck? Like he's known, right? And so I go, can you imagine if I'm?
It's like Ed Hockley.
Or crazy, yeah. It's like can you imagine if I'm a crazy fan of NFL and this guy blew a call against my team, and I'm like. Oh yeah. I've been dying to run into you. And to this dude's credit, he was fucking awesome. He was it was a great hang, great with drinks. Like, I don't even know that we brought up. I think I might have asked him, like, you're, and then he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, it's like, look familiar, kind of thing. And we might have exchanged like a quick thing, but the conversation shifted very quickly to other shit. We weren't like talking about that, but. And I certainly wish I could have just asked some questions just out of curiosity about some stuff, but it just kind of like organically didn't go that way. Yeah. But I remember just, he was somebody who was talking about like his job, and it wasn't that one. It was like other shit and his other stuff, and it was cool. But I didn't know, and I think I brought up, he was like, oh no, a lot of these guys are like lawyers, judges, and he brought up they're like
they have good careers outside of this.
And it's almost like, because I was like, why lawyers? And they're like, well, you got to think about the personality type that it takes to do that thing, and then the officiating, and then like the judges thing. It's like you have to have this like unbiased, hopefully, and kind of like character, and be strong-willed, and all this stuff, and be convicted in kind of your beliefs, and like and like sort of carrying out rules and all that stuff. So it was like very interesting to have that conversation about like, this is just the kind of people that it attracts or that tend to gravitate towards that. And it's also like, those guys are fans. And to your point before, it was like, these guys are fans. They want to watch the games. How better way to watch the game? Some of them are like just super fans of the sport. So they start doing like high school shit, and then they get to college. But
I wonder how, did you ask like, how do you get into that? Like, how do you?
No, because we didn't have a long conversation. No. But what I will say is I do know people who've officiated at the high school and kind of college level, mostly in basketball. We have a friend who does high school level stuff, and then has an uncle who has done like high school, college, and so I've learned a lot through them because I used to officiate kind of like kids games, like really young kids, and I've done some training stuff with them and watch them, and they'll tell you stories about like what it takes to get through that.
Oh yeah.
It's depending on the sport, man. It's time consuming, and it's
a lot. Imagine so, man.
And it's grueling. And those guys are like, we see only the games that they're doing on TV, but they're doing like lower level. I mean, I'm sure like Ed Hockley and Sean Hockley and all these guys aren't doing, like high school football games in the off season, but the basketball guys are doing like AAU tournaments for fucking years, all day on a Saturday, Sunday, and all that's working their way through a system. Yeah, and they're doing games sometimes that don't matter, that aren't sanctioned, almost as test games, right? So there'll be like some random game that they'll just run that they're evaluating, maybe some high school kids for college, and they'll just call in officials to do that. And as part of that, it's almost like, hey, we're just kind of grading you. And they're like constantly in these camps and all this stuff of just doing games all day, games all day. I mean, they'll have like weeks-long camps of, hey, it's just like kids, high school kids, basketball camp, and they're just officiating games all day. And these kids are obviously playing ball, but like it's grueling for some of these guys. They're like, yeah, you're doing shitty fucking Division III college, whatever, for a long time before you get called up or not even called up, before you qualify, I guess, to even.
Yeah. No, I would imagine, and I would imagine also, man, it's like. There's probably qualifications, and then plus like there's probably a whole networking thing too, right?
Yeah.
Where
Alex, hit us up. I know Alex will listen to this, and he's gonna be like, "Motherfucker, I know." He'll know. Alex will know all kinds of shit, man, about officiating at the, especially I think when it comes to basketball, officiating at the NBA level. Yeah. I mean, it's not easy, man, and that's why it doesn't surprise me when you have shitty officials, because I think it's just. I think humans are humans, man, and like anybody else, like you have people who are good at their job, and you have people who are shitty at their job, but also I think as humans, like it's hard not to get caught up in the moment and the emotions, especially with sports, man. Dude, there's like recently the UFC, one of the officials had published the audio of when Max Holloway knocked out Justin Gaethje. Remember they had that like last 10 seconds,
10 seconds, in the middle.
And the referee released the audio. I guess the UFC released the audio of the referee like, oh, like, because even he's in the middle of that shit going like, oh my God, like I can't believe, and he's stopping it, and he does his job, but even he's doing what the rest of us are doing, like, oh my God, and it was so cool to see because you're like, man, this guy was just as excited as we, and I'm like,
they're fans, man.
It's got to be like what you were saying before. It's got to be like you're a fan and you get this front row seat, but you have to keep this like laser focus on.
Yeah,
I do it, and we can get off this because it's dragging too long. Almost in this guy's an awful. CB Buckner's pretty terrible in terms of like the ranking on stuff. To your point before, but what I will say too is like. The part that gets lost, I think that most people don't realize, and this could make or break your argument, is that these guys are supposed to be looking in a specific area, no matter what's happening around them, right? So like, if you have an NBA game or an NFL game or whatever, and you're the official, assigned to this particular side of the field, and it's you're just looking at what happens there. Now the ball is around you, things are happening, crowds are cheering, yada yada. But you still have to. You have to be looking here and go, this guy held this guy, and that's completely away from the play. It's like, how do you not sometimes just you hear the crowd go crazy, and you don't want to see why? It's like shit like that where I go, man, these guys are humans,
man.
And they get it right, 98 out of 100 times. It's like, that's pretty fucking
good,
yeah.
Man.
And the grand scheme of things, it's pretty fucking good. And I wonder if that's just one of those scenarios where his job was just look down. And if this guy just made a terrible throw and he's looking up that way, and who knows what he, thought he saw or whatever, but it's almost like he just can't help himself, and he just goes, oh, you didn't touch the bag. And dude, and sometimes I go, or maybe you're 60-something years old, you shouldn't be calling.
Yeah, I mean, that.
Like sports. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hate to say that, but, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you could do that, or you could be like Tiger Woods and get DUIs.
Yo, every few years, Tiger Woods reminds us he's a little Asian. God damn, bro. I feel like Tiger Woods every few years he'll go like, "Yo, I'm black," and he'll do some gangster shit, and then we'll like all right,
he'll get arrested,
and then he'll get arrested. Yo, he'll be Asian and black all in the same night. He's like, I'm gonna be a shitty driver.
And get arrested.
Tiger. Yo,
free Tiger.
Yeah, free Tiger. Yo, is anyone? I saw this meme online. It was so good. Has there ever been a greater disparity in history between Tiger driving and Tiger driving?
Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, Tiger has been in some car accidents.
God damn, bro.
And this shit was turned though. Like, what the fuck was he doing?
He did the same thing to the fucking Hyundai that snapped his leg or whatever the fuck
happened.
Was
that the one that when his wife left him?
No, that was
another one.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Tiger Asian side is showing out the last 5 years, bro. Decade or so, bro.
Somebody gotta get Tiger like a Hummer.
Yo, also, what the fuck are you doing driving, bro? You're Tiger Woods, man. I think that's I think somebody shared with me a meme that I think it was Alex, boy. It's like John Daly has 0 DUIs and he's looked at as the fucking party guy. And PGA,
yeah,
it's like,
true,
that's
bro.
wild.
That's wild, bro.
Wild. Also, I do wonder how much of that is John Daly gets pulled over, but he's so fucking likable. And he's like the party guy, and the cops.
And supposedly Tiger's supposed to be like a dick.
Well, he's a dick, but I also think, he's a dick, and I also think Tiger is not a guy that people can be like, I can relate to him. He's the everyday man. Like John Daly's fat, right? And he drinks beer, and he's relatable. Like the average cop can pull him over and feel like John Daly doesn't think he's better than me, right? Where I think the average cop pulls over Tiger Woods and probably goes, "Fuck you, Tiger, I got you." You know what I mean? Like there's like a hate of wealth that a lot of people tend to
Yeah.
have. But obviously in this scenario, that's not the case. Like you're flipping your fucking SUV.
No, man. Well, I
God
mean,
damn.
and then after the cops arrive on the scene, man, they find 2 hydrocodone pills in his pocket, alongside.
In your pocket is crazy. Tiger.
Yeah. Signs of impairment, including a bloodshot and glassy eyes, lethargic movement. It also says Woods, who was admitted to taking prescription medication that morning and was distracted by his phone.
Yeah, because he blew zeros.
But I was going to say, he pled not guilty.
He blew zeros. He pled not guilty for DUI.
Yeah, but
he
DUI
did take
is
the blood
driving
test.
under the influence of alcohol.
He's going to win. Because he didn't take the test, which is, lawyer,
Yeah.
I tell y'all what to do.
Yeah,
don't take this shit as all. But because he didn't, now.
But can't they force you to do the blood test?
They can, but depending on how long it takes, at some point in time, it's
true.
not. You know what I mean? Like, and then also, but if they never get it, you can get charged with like refusal, which I think is one of the charges, like to subject themselves to like a lawful test or whatever it is. But if they can't get you with the DUI because they can't prove that you were actually in the DUI, which is the more serious of the offense, it's like, which one do you take? Like, someone somewhere a long time ago told me, if you ever get pulled over for a DUI,
don't blow.
just say no.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to jail, just accept
Just
it.
go to that
Like,
jail.
but just say no. I'm not telling y'all to do that. Again, I'm not telling y'all to do
we
that.
are telling y'all to do
Be a
that.
grown-
Don't blow.
Just don't drive.
Do not take the breathalyzer.
We have an Uber now. You got your phone. There's apps for this shit now. There's like
Dude,
zero
did you
fucking
see
excuse,
the fucking
man.
here in Orlando, and there's a few other cities around the country, Waymo.
Yeah.
It's
It's around here all the time. Yeah, oh yeah, I got it on my phone.
Did you?
too.
Yeah.
Because I want to see where I had
Dude.
signed myself up with the alert. I see
Me
them
too.
all the time in my neighborhood.
When I tried to take one here,
Yeah?
it's not in Kissimmee.
Oh, it is in my
it's
area.
in Orlando.
Oh, so bro, what you do is when you come here, you let it take you as far as it can. And then you just take an
And then
Uber
park.
the rest of the way.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, park at that.
Just park there.
I think it's a 50 square mile radius in Orlando right now.
Okay.
And downtown's part of it. Because I signed myself up for like, hey, tell me what's available. Because I see it all the time, and it was like the demo thing.
Yep.
But yeah, now I get the and when I look at it, it is around my area.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there's no excuse if you're Tiger Woods, man. And I get that he's probably like, I want to do some normal shit. I want to drive myself around. I want to get.
Yeah, but in
But
that
bro,
case,
you're
if
taking
you're
pills
taking
and
fucking-
drinking.
yeah.
Just hire a fucking. I find it hard to believe
bro.
that Tiger Woods doesn't have a full-time driver on his payroll. Like, I just don't believe it. I don't know. Like, and if you don't, it's fucking dumb, Tiger. Like, just do your pills and do your drinking in the back seat while getting chauffeured around in your fucking Rolls Royce. What are you doing driving a Land Rover like a suburban soccer mom? Like, God damn, the last time it was like an Escalade, then you flip a Genesis, Tiger? Have some self-respect. God damn. And then, actually, Tiger, I'm fucking with you because I want to hang. I want to have a drink with Tiger.
Nah, you look like an ass. I don't care.
I want to have a drink with Tiger. He sounds like he'd say some wild shit.
You definitely got some
fuck.
good life experiences, man.
Bro, Tiger and Justin Timberlake just need to get into a business together. I saw a meme that was like they own like these golf bars together.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that they don't call it drinking and driving is amazing.
Oh, that's.
And I'm like, oh, it'd be so good. But I saw a bunch of memes on social that said that. But it's like, but also, lately, these guys, what a prime opportunity to just like launch your own car service or like launch your own. Fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you said, drinking and driving car service.
Yeah, just fucking Tiger. Like you got unlimited. You could never spend all your money. Like hire any Mexican down in Jupiter to just. They need jobs right now, especially the ones with no papers. Like if you want to get them to the cheap. They'll just wait outside of your house 24/7, 365. Just sleep. Like Pedro will sleep in the Tacoma the whole time waiting for you to come out and tell him you need a ride.
Yo, how we doing on time, bro?
Out, bro. We're at 58 minutes.
I feel like
in,
we're
bro.
like, I was gonna say we're like an hour in. We got a couple of things here, man. What you want to get on, bro? We got.
Oh, you want to talk about UConn? I know we've done a shit ton of sports, but what a fucking
Oh, that was an
ending!
amazing.
What a
ending.
theatrical ending to that.
If you haven't been watching
damn.
the March Madness has been great. And talking about this last week,
So
I think
good,
about the nil has made such a big difference in guys staying in college and making the games better. So UConn is like it's and these are like the blue bloods, right? It's like UConn against Duke. Duke is pretty much leading the entire game.
Up 19 at one point, right?
19 at one point,
Yeah.
and then at the last, there's a bonehead play. That whole like last whatever it was, 15 seconds of play was crazy. And then UConn, and was that a freshman? The guy who hit it?
Yeah.
Freshman from Indiana.
From Indiana, which is where the championship games are, or the Final Four, and then the championship games
over there.
Yeah.
So hits this three to win the game, and then the coach for UConn literally like goes face to face with one of the refs and puts his forehead on the ref's forehead and just kind of eyeballs him, but like almost like an intimidation. I don't know, man. Again, I don't know what happened between them. If he was arguing with this guy the whole game,
or is it that he knows him?
Correct.
And has this camaraderie with him, and it's almost like the hype in the moment.
Right.
Shit.
We just talking about the like the refs. Like who knows? Maybe those two have a connection.
I imagine
did he
you
come
see
out
those
and say
refs.
anything about that?
He said it was nothing. He's like people are blowing the big up. It was just us, kind of just.
So he didn't really. Okay.
Yeah, he just kind of like it was us.
He didn't say like
in the moment.
Like, that's my boy.
No, yeah. I mean, from what I remember,
can't say that shit, right?
Yeah, right. You can't be like, that's my buddy. Like, it probably doesn't look good. But what a classic. Like, we've been talking about how good college basketball has been this year, and then it delivers us one of these like all-time great moments of like the steal, the pass, and then the pass back to a true freshman, and this kid just no hesitation, just fucking,
he just throws it up. And he's by the logo. He's by the March Madness logo.
Yes, man. Hits like a fucking, 35-footer or whatever
like that, man. Yeah.
Golly, man. It's one of those like movie, Cinderella story endings. Like so good, man.
Because for those of you who didn't see it, it was like Duke is up by 2, and they have the ball. So they inbound it, and the first few passes they're just running the clock.
Yeah.
And they're making great passes. And then they throw it to their star. And then he tries to heave it over two defenders.
To Boozer, right?
Yeah, Boozer. And he tries to heave it over 2 defenders, and they tip it. And then they get the ball back.
You know what's so great about this too, man? For if you're a coach at the high school level, at the AAU, like middle school level and all this stuff, man, is that this is something that happens all the time. Teams play full court press at any level of basketball.
Yeah.
End of the game, teams need a steal, they need to turn it right. They play this full court press. And there is a very specific way, and like to your point before about how you execute these passes to get out of the full court press. And Boozer at the end almost does the thing that you yell at your kids not to do. Because the kids are open. Yeah. They are by themselves in this side of thing. And he does the overhead thing with a guy in his face. And again.
And not for them, they could have just taken the foul, and he's a great free throw shooter.
Or pass back or roll it to the side or whatever the fuck. Like so many options. And also none of us are in that heat of the moment, this thing. But I say that to say is that like what a great fundamental play. If you're a coach right now on high school level and all that stuff, you have to be loving this because it is something that gets worked on practices all of the time. I can guarantee it. And kids are kind of like, we're doing this thing. And then it goes, hey, there you go. You have the number one or one of the best players in the country, best player on his team at Duke. Right? And look at that. He fucked up on a fundamental play, on a full court press at the end of a game. It's just like, this is why you drill this and you drill this and you drill this and you drill. And it's like a very textbook basketball play on a full court press. And it was like, and that's what won you to get. Like kudos to fucking UConn for the pressure and the defense that they played and then putting enough pressure on them to force that mistake. And then on the Duke side, I guarantee you that coach is like preaching, this is the most boring shit we probably do at practice all the time, is working on passes out of this full court press. And it fucking bit us in the ass today. And it's probably the thing that the kids are like, every time we do it, they're like, like, when are we ever going to do that? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's just like, and the biggest moment of this kid's basketball career, it's one of, and man, I feel bad for Boozer. To his credit, he took responsibility for it, and he said he felt like he lost that game for his team. Yeah, and obviously, listen, man, basketball. In this case, it's hard to argue that it doesn't come down to one play, but it doesn't come down to one play. Like they made a lot of mistakes leading up to that. You blew a 19-point lead. Like, it wasn't that. Like, you shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. But as a fan watching, just what an absolute... Dude, I'm like in the middle of like putting away laundry or some shit, right?
So you were home.
And and I'm like, and I walk away, and I think I was like watching something, and I walk away, and I would come back, and I would check the score, and it was getting ugly, and I was like, I kind of stopped paying attention. And I think I'm like putting away laundry or something at some point in time, and I hadn't looked in like 10 minutes or something like that. And I hear the announcer, like, no! And I'm like running back to the TV, and I had just missed the play. And then of course they replay it, and I was like, fuck! It was like one of those moments where I'm like, I can't believe I just missed that, because in my mind, oh, Duke got it. It was like...
Yeah, and even at the last, 10 seconds, you're going, okay, it's Duke's ball. They're up by 2. All they have to do is either try to run the clock out. They're gonna get fouled. They're gonna get free throws. They can go up by 4 and seal it.
Yeah.
And then he just does a bonehead play.
Yeah, man, like that. It's one of those, man, when you forget these guys are kids, and it sucks to watch like the kids that lose. And I think I've gotten like more empathetic to that as I've gotten older, and obviously like these kids are closer to like my kids' age, and so like you look at them and you like see how heartbroken they are, and you're like, that fucking sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
That had to happen to you.
But it's equally as cool for the people,
right,
for the guys that
right, and you're just like, man, like good for you guys. Like the execution on that was perfect. What a great moment. And then just as a fan for college basketball, it's like, what an insane tournament this has been. And now we're down to like, amazing Final Four. I mean, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
So good. And is it the games tomorrow? I'm trying to think of when is the
Saturday.
Final Four. So Saturday and then Tuesday or Monday?
I think Saturday and Monday. So Saturday the Final Four, and I think Monday's
the championship.
Yeah,
man. What a great.
So should be good, man.
The Longhorns, I watched them and they lost on a fucking last possession.
Yeah,
too, man.
yeah.
That was rough.
But no, the 4 teams that are in it that are really good. I can't wait to watch that.
So who's left? Arizona, UConn.
Arizona is Arizona playing? Arizona's playing Michigan.
Michigan. So it's Arizona, Michigan, UConn, and who else is left in the final? Illinois. That's who's left in the final. Which Illinois?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they won a football title and a basketball title in the same year?
No, football, no.
Didn't they just win? Oh, no, Indiana just won. Why am I thinking? Yeah,
it's start with an I.
That's right. Sorry, that's the same shit. You know what it was?
It's up there somewhere.
The game's in Indiana, and I'm getting myself all mixed up.
And my Bears, they play in Illinois, but they trying to play in Indiana.
Not no more. They about to be in Indiana.
We don't know what's going on. So we're gonna combine the states.
It's gotten closer to it being Indiana. I saw something recently, like something.
Yeah, I don't know. But then I heard other things of like the city of Chicago is maybe trying to renovate. Soldier Field.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna assume that this is the Bears playing hardball and they won't actually move. I can't imagine that.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine.
Like, yeah.
Speaking of teams and renovating stadiums, man, the Jaguars. For those of you here in Orlando, the Jaguars are gonna be playing here at the Camping World Stadium.
Yeah.
For like the entire season, right?
Yeah.
While their stadium is getting. Are they building another stadium, or are they just?
Yeah, they're building a new stadium.
I
think they're building a new stadium, and then theirs is getting torn down. I can't remember if it's for parking or whatever, but like.
Okay.
They're building a new stadium, and they need to do something with their old one in the interim. And I can't remember if it's parking or whatever, but it's part of the construction. Their current one isn't getting renovated; it's getting or demolished.
And it's not this year, right? Is it not this year?
No, it's the following.
Next
so
year.
they'll play this year there, and then the following year. It's gonna be odd if you're a Jacksonville Jaguar and you got to play in a city where everybody has their teeth, right? And then and there's no grills. like everybody has like.
Nah, don't worry. We'll get some people over there.
Also, probably just as many Jags fans. Like that stadium is like usually generally pretty fucking empty, to where they used to tarp it. And I know the last time I went, they didn't have to, which is cool to see. It was the first time I seen that. I went. God, this has to be 3 years ago now. The Titans and the Jags played a Week 17 game. It was the last week of the season. It was a Saturday night. It was in Jacksonville.
Okay.
And they played a Saturday night game on prime time. It was the last game of the season. It was to determine who won the AFC South. It was basically a playoff game.
Yeah. And they had to tarp it?
And no, they didn't. That was the first time I had been there, and they didn't tarp it.
That was like maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2
I think I was
years
texting
ago.
you, Duval. And he was like, don't do that.
I was like, don't do that shit, because I'm about to fight a bunch of motherfuckers yelling Duval at me right now.
remember that.
I was fucking with them, bro, because the whole time they're yelling, Duval. And I was like, is that what y'all tell each other so you remember where you live? Like, how, why are you? Like, but it was the first time, and I was happy to see it. It was the first time I'd been to Jacksonville because I used to, I don't anymore. I used to go every year when the Titans were in town to play them. So I would make the drive and watch a game. And then it's been a long time since I've done it. But it was the first time I'd been to Jacksonville where they hadn't tarped the stadium.
Yeah.
And it was packed, and it was a Saturday night, and it was like primetime energy. The weather was like perfect. Like it was playoff atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was fucking good. There's shit talking. I remember me and my brother like leaving the game or walking, and people are talking shit to us after the game, and I'm still talking shit. You know, I'm like the only guy wearing a Titan shirt. I'm talking shit to them on my walk by the car, and my brother's like, "You're fucking crazy." But it was like, it wasn't. No one was like.
It wasn't like
they're being obnoxious, but not like violent. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I can pretty much tell the difference between like you're talking shit and then like you're actually trying to fight something.
Yeah,
you're drunk.
It wasn't like in the old.
No, I think
in the old vet at Philly.
No. It wasn't like. I mean,
You knew where you were at.
I don't think it was, but like, yeah, it was. They were giving it. I was giving it back, but it was fun. Like it was actually, great. I wish the Titans would have won, but the Titans lost and thing. But the game itself was a great game, and then the people, the shit talking, all that stuff. I'm like, that's what I like about the live. Because I'd rather watch it at home at this point in time, like for most shit, right? And that was one of those moments where I go, man, I'm so glad
that you were there.
It was heartbreaking to see them lose, but I'm so glad I saw that in person because the energy in that was awesome. I think the Titans were playing with a quarterback that they signed like 2 days before who didn't even know the playbook.
Who was it?
It was
It wasn't Willis. Right?
No. It was he. I think he was on the roster. And he was so bad that they were just like, fuck it. Dobbins, I want to say. It was Dobbs. Yeah, Josh Dobbs, I think it was what it was. And he had just gotten signed like 2 days before, 3 days before.
Dobbins?
And they started him. It's Dobbs or Dobbins? It's kid from Tennessee.
That
looks like he got fucking...
The one who went.
Villalaga.
Oh, you mean Down syndrome.
That too. Played his ass off. Didn't know the plays. Played his ass off. At the end got, they probably got screwed on one of those forward pass / fumble calls that was kind of borderline.
I remember
but they shouldn't have been in that predicament first. But anyway, the energy was incredible. It was amazing. But Jacksonville, I do wonder what will happen in Orlando because obviously they're not thinking about relocating that team. It seems like they've committed to the city of Jacksonville for a long time. But I know Orlando wants an NFL team and they want a Major League Baseball team. And the Major League Baseball thing is starting to get legs. But the football thing is interesting because like I wonder if this is your chance to prove that you can handle it and maybe you make that pitch to the NFL like, oh, look what we did for the Jags.
Well, here's the other thing. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the UFL has started, which is the United Football League, and Orlando got a team this year.
I want to go, man. Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. And,
I didn't know that Jack Ginn Jr. was a coach in that league.
Me neither until I saw it.
So I'm like, man.
But I love that with that league, man. I love how they're experimenting with the different rules. So like when you score a touchdown, you can go for 1, 2, or 3. When they kick a field goal, if you kick a field goal over 60 yards, it's worth 4 points, not 3. So they're experimenting with different stuff that's making the game super interesting.
Yeah.
And I love that they're doing like they mic up the coaches.
I love the interviews after like an interception. And this fucking quarterback.
Those I'm like, don't put it in my face.
Nah, I love that shit.
You like it?
I love that shit. This guy just threw the worst interception of his life, bro. Oh, no, it is, but it's entertaining as fuck. Like you got to go up to fucking
but I hate it
Zell and be like, hey man.
You know what I hate about it, man? It's like they have like legitimate, ex NFL players doing this shit. Yeah. And I'm like, man, these guys are like ESPN analysts, but they got them out on the field putting mics in guys' faces after bad plays, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel
I love that shit.
It's cringy
it's entertaining
for them.
I like, especially when you imagine going up to Jameis Winston. I was like, they need to put Jameis Winston in UFL. Like, what'd you see there? He's like, I don't know. I saw God. The angels were carrying him. I threw him. There's be some watching. Which, on a different note, Jameis Winston was hosting a lot of shit on the Netflix baseball thing on that Wednesday night.
Oh, he was on. Yeah.
How fucking great is, bro?
And
Jameis Winston just quit the NFL right now and just go work for ESPN or CBS Sports or NBC Sports and just do shit like this.
I mean, wasn't he with like 2 wrestlers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jameis Winston is unbelievably entertaining.
Media gold.
Oh my God. Unbelievably entertaining. It's going to have a phenomenal career post football in media. It's so fun to watch that guy.
Yeah.
Like I could watch Jameis Winston motivational speeches all fucking day, all day. Because there's gonna be Jameis Winston just biting his fingers, talking about how many W's he's gonna eat and shit. He is so fucking funny, bro.
All right, man. Listen up, man. We're gonna get out of here. Before we go,
What we got?
this week I had some Chinese food, and I had a fortune cookie.
Okay.
And in the fortune cookie, it said, "Take your friend's advice this week." What's the advice, man?
Oh, pull the fucking trigger, bro.
I know what you're talking about.
I know you pull the fucking trigger. Goddamn.
And on that, tell them where they can find us.
At the Carbon Food Podcast on IG, on Facebook, on YouTube, at Carbon FP Pod on X, at Carbon Food Podcast on TikTok, and then all your favorite audio platforms. Apple Podcasts, obviously you guys know, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Geo7, TuneIn, Podchaser, Pocket Cast, Radio Cast, Deezer, Geo7, Ghana. I think I already said there's we're on fucking everything and anything. Tell your smart devices, tell Alexa, tell Google, tell your dentist, your pizza man, your thing. Just tell them to play us. Spread the word. Tell them we're annoying or that we're entertaining or whatever. Just tell them to listen either way. It's going to be entertaining, at least for a little bit, whether you can call it dumb.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And as always, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Peace.